Hello my friends, welcome to episode 17 of my Iratus beginners playthrough. We're getting closer to the end of this playthrough series, I hope at least. And today we're getting deeper into the Act 4, closer to the Pyromancer. So today I'm going to go for a coward's way. Like I already announced in the last episode, I want to try to avoid elite fights as much as possible, so we're going to, it's a harder one. They got an elite spell, a elite statue on them, and, well, sadly I don't have options to feature the Dhampir and the Vampire too much, because I feel like, yeah, I have one big brain on me. So we could use that on the Dhampir. Yeah, let's do that. The Dhampir is a unit I really like in the areas we're going into now, because her skill set is really useful there. Especially the armor and resistance strip is something I really want to have. So let's get into this. Masterful Thrust, we're going to upgrade that to something that just doesn't miss. I like that. Something with crits for heals. There's a stress stance, enters a stance, which counterattacks for healings, alright. And there goes a trap for 2 turns. Enemy can't move inside the trap. What do I upgrade there? They're losing all their initiative. Or well, let's take the one that lasts pretty long. This is the cheap attack, and this is the stronger attack. I don't want the cheaper attacks, I want the stronger attacks. There we go. Alright, let's pick up a few more items here for her. Sadist's Hand. No. Bane Aura. Sadly, I don't have too many things that are really good on her right now. So I'm going to increase attack and dread a little bit at least. Gonna increase some accuracy. Luck and evasion are pretty nice on this unit as well. So we're going to focus this a little bit harder. Okay. So that's the Dhampir I'm going to use. I'm going to set it up like this. These guys are quite vulnerable to certain things. I'm going to set up a pretty simple thing here. Let's use it like that. The Banshee is in there to strip buffs from my enemies, basically. That's her primary use here. So, something with the Dhampir this time. So, here goes a very annoying unit as well, the Blade Mistresses. They are having some super deadly stance, and as you see, they're also dealing a terrible amount of damage. Hey guys, we just started. Rude. Alright. So I'm going to hammer down some big bad AoEs about this fight. And trying to... oh well, don't have enough anger to do that. Dang it. So we're just hammering out some Vorpal Slash. I'm just hoping that somebody might actually die from that, but sadly no. Alright. So with this skill I would strip a lot of resistances, so let's do this. Oh, and I managed to stun him. Wonderful. Placing down that trap to make her vulnerable, because we really need to kill off that sorceress as quick as I can. She's the main threat here, and that's definitely something I'm going to exploit here. Okay. Sadly, I can't reach the sorceress with my Dhampir, so here goes the execute stance on her. A very nasty attack, which deals a tremendous amount of damage if you just let that go through unanswered, but we're going to get the Banshee in between that, and the Shuffle destroys that stance, and wow. She has a lot of armor ignoring effects going on for her, I assume. Because the amount of damage my Headless here is getting is insane. Shouldn't be getting that much damage. So this is really going not good. This is really not going good. Going to lose units very soon if this goes on like that. So what to do, what to do? I mean, I could just flee, and I guess I'm going to do that. So I'll just hope that I'm not going to leave too many, lose too many people now. But I guess the bride is gone. I guess my bride is dead. Or no, actually not. Okay, awesome. So the Banshee flees too. And this is one of those situations where we decimated the enemy formation without losing a single unit. So my downfall began when the enemies were able to smack out a crit and a lot of damage on the Headhunter and the Bride in turn 1. And I really didn't feel like this was going in a good direction for me. So we're going to set up a pretty easy thing, some skeleton here. And I'm going to need... I'm going to use the Lich now. No Liches. Could be using the Vampire. So these guys really need a rest, though. Okay. Well, maybe something like this, huh? Zombies are pretty powerful, too. So I'm going to pick up this combo here. A Lost Soul is one of my favorite supporters in general. So the enemies are exactly as we left them, and sometimes it's pretty good to flee if we're pretty sure that you're going to lose an enormous amount of people. I mean, in this scenario, I didn't lose a single person. I mean, I got off lucky, but sometimes you just get off lucky, you know? So we're now going to remove all the resistance from the... these guys don't have resistance to begin with. Oh man, I'm so stupid. Okay, I should have stripped the armor, of course, but obviously I... yeah, not that terrible. Dropping down the Ignite on this guy, because that's a lot of damage with the damage over time effects. Alright, so we're dropping down more of those boons to be able to ignore the attacks from these guys. I just keep hammering the Blade Mistress here with the Insanity attacks. So there we go. Now the living armor is just getting massacred here. Let's go for a little buckshot here. So it's pretty easily noticeable how dangerous the these guys would be if I wouldn't be countering their strategy that thoroughly. So, especially the Blade Mistress. I didn't show that, but this is a 250% damage attack. Random position, first or second, or random attack, first or second position. This is insanely strong, to say the least. I want to get rid of the armor here. And that was one of the main reasons why I brought the Banshee, to be able to disrupt that stance whenever I can. And there we go. And she really doesn't learn, don't you think? Let's see if we can put in a little heart attack there. And I would really love if we would be... Oh, that's a stance breaker. Totally forgot about this one. So let's see if anybody decides to flee here. So this guy doesn't have stress attacks, doesn't he? Well, let's just prepare. Alright. Well, she's dead. Just want to try if I'm able to create a new vampire here. So I'm trying to make this guy flee. In the meantime, I'm using my self buffs as much as I can and just keep torturing the little friend here, but obviously he's not going to flee just like that. Well. My zombie, though, has a few stacks of extra powder now. 150% damage on the next skill. Quite lovely, isn't it? Well, that took us quite some time to kill him, but like I said, I wanted to see if I could be able to make him flee. So the Blade Mistresses are really spooky enemies in general. I really am afraid of them. So next fight we have a similar scenario as before. Okay, so the zombie has some stat increase. I could bring him some more resistance, why not? Let's check it out where how my other units in the mortuary are. Well, they're quite fine. So pick up the bride. I'm going to try a fight like this. This should be also pretty good. There we go. The bride features some really nice single target damage as well. And since the weak spot of the armors is the magic damage, this is also pretty useful in general. The Conjuress is easily explained. She's just a big bad magic damage dealer, and there's really not much more to say about that. Elite Spell Thieves are practically the same as their normal counterparts, just with more smack. So I'm going to buff the bride now. Just feel like we could be using that. So in this fight I'm going to aim for the Conjuress first, because I really feel like she's the most dangerous thing in this fight, and we're going to use the Resistance Stripper here. There we go. This attack also is very good at stripping defenses from your enemies, because it's producing 5 consecutive hits. So you're doing a lot of extra. You're stripping a lot of blocks with that. So I want to get rid of her first. Wow. Alright, that hurt. Going to heal my zombie here right away. I just have that slight feeling that it might be necessary. Man, those Blade Mistresses are doing so friggin' much damage. It's just insane. There we go. More AoE for everybody. So I'm going to stick with the damage on the Conjuress here. And that's the end of her. Due to the high resistance of the zombie, the Benevolent Spirit attack is not really that terrible for him. So there goes the execute stance. Just waiting for that. But, oh, my shuffler is, oh my goodness, this is bad. She's going to get the attack through, huh? Oh well, I do have I have another stat breaking skill, luckily. That would have been really, really bad if I didn't have that one, so consider myself quite lucky on that. Luckily, another lucky thing here is the armor, the resistance ignoring aspect of the accurate volley there. 30 damage. It's not quite there. Dang it. Yeah, well, can't change it. So, honestly, wow, nutty. Oh well, I'm honestly quite happy that she went into the stance again. So we have to break that stance though, or he's going to miserably murder us all. There we go. Well, from time to time, you just lose units. That's part of the game. Going to focus the Oracle, the Blade Mistress here, though. All right, there we go. Okay. The zombies' attacks are not so good at dealing stress damage, and I want to kill her as quick as possible. So there we go. Alright. So we're gonna break the armor of this guy. Yeah. Oh, come on. Seriously? Let's kill him with a spell here. Serves him right to get killed with a spell. What a nutty crit this was. Damn. Oh well. It's really bad because I don't have a spare brain to get a new one there. That's the real problem. So we're going to build us a new bride. Well, I would have some good parts for that. Maybe I'm going to wait for until I reconstruct that unit, because right now I'm just noticing that I could be building a very strong unit if I had the proper parts. So there we go. I might be evading a pure elite fight, but these fights here are nothing to trifle with either. So we're going to go into another round here. This one I'm going to take down with a Lich because they have a elite guardian in here. Maybe we're going to go for a blood phantasm here as well. Well, maybe not, I don't know. What's with the backline phantasm though? Impale would work, Mark of Retribution would work, Chains of Anger would work, Hate Eternal would work. Yeah, so not that horrible at all. All I would need would be some... Maybe that mummy on the secondary slot there could be quite good. I have a certain idea in mind, and I'm not sure if it's going to work out as intended, but we're going to try. Just like I said the other episode, I want to show you guys as many different approaches on this level as possible, because I mean I could just grind the whole time with the same formation at this difficulty level. It wouldn't be that horrible, but I don't want to do that. Alright, so new here is the Golden Golem. This is another stress immune unit, and it doesn't escape, and well, They're quite tanky damage dealers. The attack is pretty high. So yeah, we're going to try to kill off the sorcerers immediately, of course. Yes! I love it when that comes together. Alright. So I'm going to use the Aura of Retribution on the mummy here. And let's see. Let's drop down the corrosive cloud. Wait a sec. No, I actually want to use the Dominate Undead on this fella here. There we go. Well, sadly I can't curse the other guy, but at least I can target the Conjurers like that. And they're immune against ignition. I totally derped that. Oopsie. So we're going to use the Sundering Wrath here. To get rid of her resistances here for good. So, well... It's not like they're immune to stress attacks, you know? So that's a defender stance. Couldn't care less about that. Okay, some damage on her. And I'm going to... There's a lot of good things going on here. Well, I'm going to mark this buddy here further. Let's see. Okay. She got rid of all her stuff here. And I'm going to try to instant kill the Golden Golem if I can. Because I just realized that this Golden Golem is the most important thing I want to get rid of here first. There we go. The Ignite here is super strong on the sorceresses. Alright. There we go. No need to stress her anymore, so I'm going to focus my stress attacks on somebody else. I'll use the Hail of Teeth to finish her off. Or not. So the Elite Warden is really resilient in every imaginable way. Alright. Hey, he turned insane. At least something. So let's use these chains and get rid of her for good. Okay. Maybe I'll get the instant kill on that Q one day off. I don't know. Maybe I do. Most possibly I won't. Alright. So with the Blood Phantasm being back without the damage over time, that dot of the sorceress of the conjurers is so strong. Alright. Well, that redirection solved another problem for me. It was an elite enemy anyways, so I don't care. This golem has a lot of magic resistance going on for herself, so let's go for the physical damage then instead. There we go. Well, the mummy didn't turn out too useful here, but the mummy tanked some for me, so I'm okay with that. tanking is also something worth in my opinion. So let's buff or Headhunter like crazy, and hopefully he'll just get rid of that guy. No, he doesn't. So moving this the Blood Phantasm forward to get the Mummy on slot 3, where he can use physical attacks, just to get closer here to my enemies. Wonderful. A new brain. A Orb of Negation. The minion becomes immune to debuffs. Alright, not bad. Now then. A Soul Spring. What a useless thing here. Well, mostly because I haven't unlocked all the units I would need to build more structures with. So, let's see. I could upgrade the Abode of Wrath. I want to do that. The Abode of Wrath is one of my, for me, I consider it as one of the most important buildings in game, because the amount of rage you start with, or wrath, is so insanely valuable. Because with a full wrath bar, or the 60 wrath you start with, you're much more flexible with the first turn, you know. Can produce a pretty decent alpha strike with that. Alright, we can also use a brain on the vampire. So we're gonna have some real vampire now. With the vampire, it's really important to upgrade the ultimate skill first. I personally like to go for the one that does more self-sustain. This one was there. This was the one with the true damage. That was the one which buffed Iratus. So here we go. Just quickly upgrading the vampire. The vampire is a pretty straightforward unit, which combines very decently into stress-based combos, due to the fact that the vampire gets stronger and stronger for every insane enemy. So here we have 3 enemies susceptible to stress and 1 who isn't. Alright, I'm going to take away the Headhunter for this formation, and we're going to build something focused stronger around stress. So what do we have here? Rise of Glory for more heals, that's good. Well, more resistances on the Lost Soul are so important. And there we go. What's on slot 3 for me? I could go for a Bone Golem, but I want to go for stress damage, so the Bone Golem wouldn't be the optimal choice here. Well, I have another Mummy here. Mummies are pretty good on stress damage, so let's stick with the Mummy. I do have some more Cursed Dragon. No. I thought I had another of those. Well, no. I'm going to go for the Banshee here. I feel like a Banshee today. Or do I have enough damage then? No, I don't. It's not like the Mummy would offer more damage than that. Choices, choices. So I want to have a skeleton with the stress damage upgrade. There we go. Okay, that's what I want to do. Okay. Because I really like the basic skeleton for jobs like these. When I have one slot where I feel like there are some expendable people on that. Alright, so we're going to blind away the Spell Thief immediately. And start reducing the wards here. So I don't know if these units are really new or if we had them before. The Shadow Elf is some life leeching damage dealer, mostly magic damage if I remember correctly, and the Stormcaller, yeah, well, Oh yeah, he applies somehow charges to himself, and you don't want to have him gathering all those charges. So you want to have a buff stripper on this guy as well. So that's let's go for this, and let's go for that, and now. I'm ready. I'm starting to smack the golden golem as well, because we gotta get rid of that guy too. No, that would have been so cool. All right, I'm going to drop some of the toxic clouds here, because they're really good at stripping down wards in a consecutive way. And yeah, we're going to use Substitute World a lot here, because this strips away the buffs from the Storm Mages as well, so that's a way of dealing with the problematic as well. Alright, so let's go for more blinds, because I really like that. And I'll just repeat that. Okay. Keep focusing with the direct damage on the golden golem, and you see that 31 healing? It's insane. Oh, here goes another really useful skill of that unit. You get a big amount of damage if you counterattack that guy. So you basically don't want to counterattack him. That's why I'm not going to attack this guy this turn. Instead, we're going to... well, I'm going to attack this guy here and start stripping his resistances a little bit. Especially those blocks. Alright, so he has already some lightning charges, so it's time to use the Substitute World to strip away those. Because as far as I remember, if you're allowing him to get that stuff rolling, he'll deal a pretty heavy AoE attack on your team. Or a single target, I can't remember anymore. Whatever might be the case, it's cool if you're having somebody for the buff stripping on your team there. Oh, good job. Kill off that stupid golden golem. I'm going to use the shield banger here. Wow, that was a lot of misses. So here we go, one lightning charge on him. And as you see, it's not that hard to avoid getting smacked by that stuff, by his passive, if you have the correct units available in your squad. So we're going to strip buffs here again. This one got warded away from that, so can't get close to that. Yeah, well. Didn't I have a Dispel? A Dispel Pel? Oh, let's just avoid attacking the statue. Alright. Alright, another one goes insane. That's good. We're going here in a very slow way, but everything works out fine. Lightning Mage's protection mark is just a real problem there. Because of that, I must be very careful where I attack and where I don't attack, so... No need to go for anything here, so I'm going to shield the vampire from some magic damage next. And I'll just keep spreading the insanity. Because I won't be able to really kill the Shadow Elf with direct damage that easily anyway, so... Rather go for the other guys. So there we go. No! I forgot that he had a block. Oh man, I'm so stupid. Alright. Now then, I gotta take care of this one and then Substitute World. I had to remove the blocks before I do the Substitute World, or this guy would have been able to ignore that another time, and I really didn't want that to happen. Alright. That's that. I keep fumbling on that, don't I? Well, now the stupid statue's gone. There we go. I just hope I won't lose the skeleton, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen either. Well, or it is. I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to try to kill off the Storm Mage if I can. Come on, die. Well, he doesn't. No! It was my only vampire. Sucker. It's always the same. So, well, I consider myself being on my own fault here about that loss, because I could have played that a lot better, honestly. But whatever might be the case. Things like that just happen. I don't mind. So, he's going to die anyways. Oh, look at that. He's going to escape from us. Oh, no, I don't have the mana to do so. Damn it! Oh, then die. I would have loved to make a new vampire out of him, but sadly... Oh. Maybe I can make a new vampire out of him. So, let's wait. Yep. Well, I might have lost a vampire, but I gained a vampire. So, win some, lose some, right? Alrighty. So, my friends, I think this is a good spot to cut this episode to an end. We're going to visit that grave, though, because I'm really curious about what we're going to find up there. So, well, a new bride. There I don't have to carve one. And, yeah, feel free to drop me a comment down below. This episode wasn't as efficient as I wanted to be, but, well, I took three pretty nasty fights. We're going to get to the next one in the next episode. I would be super happy if you could like this video, share it with your friends, or subscribe to my channel if you really want to make my day. Whatever might be the case, I would be most happy if you're coming for the next episode as well, when we're getting closer to the end of Act 4. I might assume we're still needing 2 more episodes though. So, see you guys next time. Bye-bye.